come in. Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to Radio Motion. I'm your host, Sandy Blumenfeld, and our guests tonight are Hot Biscuits.
The Hot Biscuits.
The Hot Biscuits.
The Hot Biscuits.
Consisting of Joe Wilson on the dobro guitar, Jonah Powell on the violin or fiddle or violin. We'll find out later about that. And Kevin Gills on the big old bass fiddle, or bass, or doghouse bass. We'll find out about that. We got a lot of things to find out tonight. That's just a regular, ordinary bass. Is that what that is? All right.
It's not a sideways bass.
Or a pork chop.
We're here in the studio, 4 of us. Actually, I got a cold with me too, so.
5 of us.
Yeah, there's 5 of us right now. Joe Wilson, Jonah, Kevin. How did you guys all get together? Who's going to speak?
Well,
that started a while ago.
I kind of became a county guy. He's a county guy. By county guy, we mean Leland County.
Leland County.
And
I got nothing against county guys.
You're the urban guy.
I am.
Okay.
yeah.
East side.
East side.
So I was already playing with Kevin. Jonah and I got together pretty much playing at church, right?
Yeah, it was church playing. We did. We do a thing called Bluegrass Sunday up in Sutton's Bay every time. There's 5 Sundays in a month, and so we started on some bluegrass. And
how come there has to be 5 Sundays in a month?
well, no, there's only 5 Sundays in a month, 4 times a year.
Sundays there's choir.
Yeah, there's
I see.
they have a plan for the other 4
so
Sundays.
the 5th Sunday you guys
The 5th
play.
Sunday, there's
Yes.
no plan. We fill
I
in.
get it. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
They
a
let
slow
the fuzzy
today.
guys into the church on the 5th
That's right.
Sunday.
Yeah, they do.
Anything goes.
And so we got to be playing some music together that way. And Jonah was talking about starting a, what did you call it, honky tonk band?
Yeah, more or less.
And
Western swing, rockabilly,
rockabilly. And
stuff.
we ended up with an opportunity to play on Sundays out at Martha's in Sutton's Bay. And we did that last summer as a trio. And so we had to come up with a name, and Hot Biscuits was, perfect.
How do you spell that? With S and a Z or 2 S's, or how do you do this?
Just straight up.
Just like you would biscuits? Just like
Regular.
Betty Crocker?
Oxford
We don't
Dictionary
believe in-
style.
Yeah, altered spellings of band names. It just, you
put a
have to
Z
buy
in-
too many website domains.
You put a Z on the end, you can do some rap in there too. I just think.
Hot Biscuits.
Yeah.
Or 2 Z's.
There will be
Two
no
Z's.
superfluous umlauts.
It is Hot Biscuits, ladies and gentlemen, with whipped butter and honey. It's my favorite.
That's right.
That last song you did, Honeysuckle Rose, I know that's what it is because you told me that's what you're going to do, but I've heard that song just about my whole life.
It's an old classic.
Fats
We
Waller.
all have too, I think.
It's what we call a good old good one.
It's a good old good song. Fats Waller tune from 1929. I remember it. No, I don't remember that one. Close, man. Fortunately, I don't remember that when it came out, but I do remember
when I
that
wrote the
tune
song,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I wrote the song. Fats called me up. Was Fats a big guy? Was he a big
I
fat
think so.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. It's like
I don't know if he was by today's standards, but he was then.
I don't think he was huge.
It's probably average today, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you play us another tune? We're gonna shoot the breeze in this show and have a little fun. Okay.
Gonna have a
what you
Sounds like
guys
a
competition.
do.
plan.
Whoever can call in and
Right.
get
Third
the meaning
caller.
of this
No.
next,
Yeah, we can't have third
the
caller.
title.
Whoever
of this
figures
song.
out what this song
Oh, yeah,
means
this was
first
a-
wins.
Now this is the one that we were talking about earlier, and
It
it's got
is.
14 letters in the title, so it's only a 1-word title, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you want to announce it for us?
Triskaidekaphobia,
That's right. That's right.
and you all know what that means, so go ahead.
B flat.
B flat. B flat.
It's in B flat if you want to play along. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Triskaidekaphobia is what my baby's got. Triskaidekaphobia is what my baby's got. On the hangman's noose, she's scared of the 13th night. I bought her 6 red roses and a 7-course cuisine. Ooh, ooh. I bought her 6 red roses and a 7-course cuisine. Ooh, ooh. She said it won't do, Daddy. Comes to the number 13.
She won't come to my place 'cause I live on the 13th floor.
No, no, she won't.
She won't come to my place. I live on the 13th floor.
There's no button on the elevator.
I can't get no love. She won't visit me no more.
Triskaidekaphobia is what my baby's got. Triskaidekaphobia is what my baby's got. On the hangman's noose, scared of the 13th night. Said I had to go 'cause I was born on the 13th day. She said I had to go 'cause I was born on the 13th day. She left me there standing, my heart in disarray. And when she told me she loved me, I gave her the evil eye.
That evil eye, did
I did, I gave her the evil eye. She told me she loved me, and I gave her the evil eye. 'Cause you know what? The way she's been acting, might as well be alive. Triskaidekaphobia is what my baby's got. Triskaidekaphobia is what my baby's got. On the hangman's noose, she's scared of the 13th night. Triskaidekaphobia, Triskaidekaphobia, oh, Triskaidekaphobia, 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 ooh.
Whoa. Now I know what that means. I finally figured out. I was struggling with it for a while. 14 letters. And
You were getting there.
You're so
Pretty
close.
close.
You were getting a
Triskaidekaphobia.
decade in there, and
Yeah, real close. Anybody born on the 13th in this band? I know you're
You
not.
know I'm not.
Yeah. No. You. No.
26th. That's
26.
Kinda,
That's half of it. It's double.
Yeah.
2 13s.
And there was two of us.
You born on the 26th too?
Doubly born on the 13th day.
Wow. We could go on like this all day long. That is
I
a
was
very
born
cool.
on the 18th. so,
18th?
Yeah.
All right. Subtract 5. And you're
Or
there.
just, watch out for girls with octodecaphobia, I guess.
I suppose there's one. You think there's one for every number? How about deuskadecaphobia?
This one's a little more common, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard this before. I have heard this before. Now, what about, they got triskaidekaphobia. What if they have hydrophobia along with it? Like foaming at the mouth and stuff. You know what that is, right?
Rabies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hydrophobia. I used to think it was a fear of water, but it's really not. Kevin, you'll back
I
me
think
up on that.
you actually dehydrate when you have that. So
Right. So you start foaming?
that's why I think that's why they called it hydrophobia.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
but
you wouldn't
can't
want
get- yeah,
to
they
drink
won't
water.
take water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important for all of you following
I think
us at
so.
home.
It fits
Little
right into the
science lesson
program,
from the
yeah.
Hot
Nothing
Biscuits.
to add.
Yeah. And our returning champions here, of course, Joe Wilson and Kevin Gills.
Happy to
You're
be
like
back.
We won?
Yeah, you're like our.
You did.
You won. You won the prize. You're our Radio Motion
All right.
band, official Radio
We
Motion
could be
band.
your house band,
Yeah, why not?
like that.
You dress like Doc Severinsen. And by the way, I do want to commend you guys on the way you are clad for this show, bringing some class to the Radio Motion.
Otherwise, classless.
Oh wait.
No.
Hey, look at our backdrop right there.
Yeah, very nice backdrop.
And you've all been on the radio before. This is, of course, a spinoff from Local Motion that we've been doing at WNMC.
We don't dress like
quite a
this
while.
for radio.
No.
No.
You don't even have to wear.
We don't
I
even
made
look
that
like
mistake.
this on the radio.
I've made that mistake before. Where you go to do a radio show and then you find out they're filming afterwards. And you're
Oh.
like, man, why was I wearing a t-shirt?
Right. Yeah, coming in flip flops and
Yeah.
underwear.
Dress for radio.
Yep. I've done the show here before with no pants because this covers everything up. I had shorts on. It was in the summertime. It's quite warm, so.
Do you have
Are you
pants
trying
on
to
now?
get people to think
No.
you're wearing pants? Is that what you do?
No, I seldom wear them anyways. They're a lot of trouble to find.
Is there a phobia for?
Yeah, Insapansa.
There is, but I can't say it on TV. So.
You can say anything you want. We're cable. I want to hear some more music. Now, I've
That's a
known
great
Joe
idea.
and Kevin and Jonah for a while. And Jonah, you play in quite a few bands. We're going to get the backdrop on these guys too. But Jonah, I've known you for a few years now.
Yeah,
going
a
back.
few years for sure.
And you play in the Benzie County Playboys.
Yep,
Give a shout out to Benzie County.
we're recording right now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
which is
My next location.
Now,
yeah, right this moment.
Yeah.
And that is a Zydeco
Zydeco and Cajun band.
Cajun band. All right.
Lots and lots
Lots
of
of hot
accordions.
sauce. Yeah, hot sauce and a couple fiddles
Yep, hot sauce, couple fiddles,
and accordions.
and
Beautiful.
many accordions.
That's my favorite. And also, I met you actually before the Sour Mash thing, but you also play in the, actually now the Bluegrass Association.
Yes, I believe that's the,
Kind
the
of,
Runaway Mule, the Bluegrass Association.
did you guys get like sued for your name or something? Or?
Sour Mash?
Yeah.
There's about a zillion of them.
I was in my first band was called.
You
Sour
told me
Mash.
that. That's right. You
Yeah.
told me that.
I
It's
remember
short-lived.
being in that band with you.
Short-lived.
No, wait.
No.
Different.
My first band drank a lot of Sour Mash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. And
that's where you find the name.
Exactly.
Jonah's also a Lutheran. A luthier.
There we are. One of those. That's going to confuse a lot of people.
Started talking about
And,
doing church gigs. And
Kind of got me going.
Master
Episcopalian.
Yes, he is. So anyways, yeah, how about a Lutheran luthier?
You don't see many of them.
Not many of them.
No.
So go to see Jonah if your guitar's broke. Anyways, we'll talk about that in a minute. Why don't you play us another tune? I know you were looking
What
over
should
the
we play?
playbook there.
Either
we
here's
do?
a mess or the.
Well, it is.
County
Why don't we
Jam.
tell them about it?
Her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell us about the
Yes,
song
okay,
you
let's do it.
play.
Let's tell them about her.
Jonah's gonna get a guitar. We usually frown upon frets, but
They've been pretty much all fretless so far.
We'll get back to that
Okay.
momentarily.
Okay, we'll talk about that too. We got so much to talk about today. Triskaidekaphobia. Okay.
13. Number
Yeah.
13.
Is today the 13th? No. Yes, it
No.
is. No, it isn't.
No.
It's the 16th.
Maybe it is.
It's the 13th plus 3, which is even worse.
13th day of the Chinese Advent.
It is. And yesterday was Nero's birthday.
Didn't realize they
also.
celebrated Advent. Yeah, you should have been at the Nero party, Sandy.
Yeah, how is he? How's he looking?
Nero, he's a little scorched.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Well, this is a Robert Williams tune.
Bob, okay.
Big Sandy.
Big Sandy.
Big Sandy, yeah.
You didn't know it.
His
He
name is
wrote
Robert
this.
Williams? His real name?
His real name is Robert Williams.
Yeah, he asked me if he could use Big Sandy. I said, go ahead. So
That's right.
it's all right.
It's tough when you're such a big cog in the system, right?
What can I say? You know? That's why I have these people. My people.
When I first saw that woman, downtown traffic on a busy street, I knew at last I'd found love, and my life was then complete. Her hair is a mess, she's falling out of her dress. When you call her up, she's never alone. I don't have a clue why I feel like I do. Maybe I'm just accident prone. She's chronically late, a habit I hate. She'll hang you up without thinking twice. But when you complain, she goes on to explain she just doesn't need your advice. I know, so you're asking, what's the big appeal? Why she shines so brightly? Why she's my ideal? Is it because of the way she can pile up a day when there isn't a great light inside? Or is it the kind of a love that is blind, that doesn't know darkness or light? All right. Take it again. No shoes on her feet, a little big in the seat. She talks with her mouth full of food, but none of that stuff has ever struck me as rough, let alone sloppy or rude. Her hair is a mess, she's falling out of her dress. When you call her up, she's never alone. I don't have a clue why I feel like I do. Maybe I'm just accident prone. I know, so you're asking, what's the big appeal? Why she shines it because of the way she can foul up a day when there isn't a gray cloud inside? Or is it the kind of a love that is blind, that doesn't know darkness from light? Or is it the kind of a love that is blind, that doesn't know darkness from light?
If we had a studio audience, they'd be going wild right now. Love that.
They're sitting right there. I don't
Big
know.
Sandy and the Fly Right boys? Oh, there they
That's
are.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Sandy and the Fly Right boys. And where are they out of?
I think they're California, aren't they?
California based? Yeah, I
Yeah, I
like their
think
stuff.
that's-
Bakersfield or
Yeah.
Central California.
Kevin Gills, young man. Nice to see you again.
It's always good to be here.
Good. I'm glad it's good for you to be here. It's good for us to have you here. It's good. Everything's good. It's all good, as they say. Now, you've been in several projects over the years. I'd like to
Definitely.
grill you a little bit so the folks know a little bit about your background and what's Kevin Gills all about?
What am I all about? Well,
You don't have to go, not since the day you were born or anything, but you can fast forward to the music scene.
Fast forward to meeting your bass.
I think, you can probably check out the Radio Motion archives, get some of that information from the True Falsettos episode. That's basically what I've been up to for the past several years here. It's driving around with Joe in the Honda and bringing the upright bass to the folks that need it the most, pretty much has been my itinerary. I think it mixed in with that have been a few other fill-in gigs and stuff like that. The way we came together originally, for those folks that haven't seen the Falsettos, is a while ago, back in the mid-2000s, we started playing in a Western swing band called Rusty Blades.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of our friends kind of cycled through there. We played in that with Dave Collini, and
Don
Mark
Julin.
Camp was the leader. Don
Right.
Julin was a mando player, and our friend Tamanay played fiddle for a while. And so since then, we've had a few different little concoctions. We play together once in a while with Joe's brother Andy and the Wilson Brothers Band,
Right.
which is also pretty exciting. We do a little bit of that Cajun stuff as well. There's a bunch of blues for Andy to play harp on, and then all the stuff that Joe and I like to do as well. So.
Right.
He glossed over his punk face, but that was
Yeah, what about that?
that was significant.
Well, that was actually a good time too. Yep, back in the late '80s and early '90s. That's actually when I first met Don Julin. Was back then. He was playing with the Microtones.
I remember the Microtones.
And I
very
played
well.
with a couple different bands, Motor Circus, and a band with Mike Gauthier and Pat Kelly called The Cracker House, which was pretty exciting. And it was actually through recording at Don's studio. I had a trio in the '90s that was called Addict. If you need a spelling on that, we can
No,
work on that
I
later.
think I heard that.
But and yeah, we recorded a few times at Don's. Don and I hit it off. He wound up hiring me to work in the studio there with him. So I took care of business with him
Pygmy
for quite a
Twilight
while.
when he was down there in the
Yep,
river.
exactly. And then he moved that eventually to a place called the Cloning Lab, and we did a lot of duplication
you did the
services.
sheep and stuff?
Well, no, that was a
Deli?
whole
The sheep?
other kind of
Oh,
cloning.
okay.
No, we stuck with a real-time cassettes and compact disc duplication, Sandy.
Okay.
So a whole other level of science involved there.
I was wondering there.
But yeah, so we've known each other for a long time, and during that time, we actually started playing together in a group called Big Swifty and Associates,
Yeah,
which was
we've
kind
got
of
some of your CDs at the radio station.
exactly. Yeah, we were all. It was a bunch of guys that played lots of different kinds of music, and the big thing we had in common was Frank Zappa. So we all got together, and obviously those songs. There's a lot to chew on there generally, so we agreed that we would actually have to go home and practice and come back next week and try again. So we'd get together at Don's and learn a bunch of really cool music, and it was a fun project because all of us could bring in ideas, things that you might not necessarily be able to talk your buddies in the garage into working on for a month.
Yeah.
And we'd all just kind of keep plugging away at it, and we all got to be a lot better musicians and played a lot of cool gigs. And again, that all eventually wound up with us playing together in the various Don quartets and quintets of the 2000s, and then came back around to Rusty Blades eventually.
Right. And now you're the Hot Biscuits.
And now I'm a Hot Biscuit.
But
Yep.
plus
I
there's
actually
two
got invited to
falsettos,
church
huh?
a couple times.
How'd that
And,
go?
it was actually pretty cool.
Any lightning bolts when you walked in? Or?
Not at all. I was pretty surprised. Yep. I had the suit, so I knew I
Okay.
could fit in, looks wise.
Yeah, you
but-
guys look like you're all churched up to me. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, but the fact is, I can put a necktie on and not really be fooling anyone.
Yeah,
so,
but you got the bowler ties. That's a good look.
that works for me.
you can't really see Kevin's, but yeah, it's there.
It is.
No, I saw it.
There we are.
Yeah, there's the bowler tie. So you have, and plus you do sound, I see at Milliken Auditorium.
Yep,
in
I've
front
done a lot of that over the years as well. A lot of folks have been.
So if you recognize Kevin, you might have seen him at Milliken Auditorium.
Yep, I've done a lot of the concerts there, and for about 10 years, some buddies of mine here in town had a club called the Loading Dock, which had a lot of music, and
Sure.
I helped those guys out with the sound over there as well. So
Remember that well. I'm going to play another tune here, if you would, and then I'm going to grill Joe Wilson. All right. So get ready, Joe.
Okay, I'll be thinking about stuff
All
while
right.
we play this.
Think about
tune.
some stuff there.
which tune?
Tupelo County Jail?
Yeah,
Hey,
That's
before
a
you
good
go
one.
on, that big Sandy tune you just wrote, now, did he write that too?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and what's the name of that? I forget things so
Her
quickly.
hair is a mess.
Your hair is a mess?
Her hair.
is a mess.
Her hair is a mess, okay.
Not
our
like my hair.
Yours looks ravishing.
Trying to say.
We're standing right here.
It's that windblown look.
That's right. They wouldn't let me bring my fan in the studio.
We could probably hook something up.
One, two, one, two, three.
Send the letter in care of the Tupelo County Jail. I'm gonna write me a letter. Send the letter by mail. Send the letter in care of the Tupelo County Jail. I'm gonna wish me the best of luck, dear. There's no one to go my bail. There's never been a place so lonely as the Tupelo County Jail. Fill my letter full of kisses. I'm gonna have me a ball. Baby kisses on paper, better than the kisses at all. I'm gonna write me a letter. Send the letter by mail. Send the letter in care of the Tupelo County Jail. Fill my letter full of kisses. I'm gonna have me a ball. Baby kisses on paper, better than the kisses at all. I'm gonna write me a letter. Send the letter by mail. Send the letter in care of the Tupelo County Jail. The Tupelo County Jail. The Tupelo County Jail. The Tupelo County Jail.
Care of Elvis. Right? Tupelo County Jail. Yeah, that's Elvis's hometown, of course. Everybody knows that, right? Tupelo, Mississippi. And
We
you
can
ever heard
edit
of that?
this so that it looks like we knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody knows what
play
I'm
that one
talking
again
about.
for us.
Yeah, do that again, will you?
Oh, yeah.
Tupelo
Yeah, of
County
course.
Jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
I knew what you were talking about. I was just trying not to cough while you
Okay.
said it.
I'm trying not to cough too. You don't want to hear me cough right now. How about the Tupelo Mississippi Flash? You ever heard of that one?
No?
Oh, you got to look at that one. Got to look that one up. Tupelo Mississippi Flash, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Reed, too.
Ah.
I don't know why I got on that tangent, but I did. We're gonna get off
Tupelo.
there right now. Tupelo. That's
I know
what got
why
me
you
going.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Joe Wilson,
Yes.
dobro player extraordinaire. I met you years ago, close to 10 years ago now at Steppin' in It.
Right.
That's where I first met you. You came in the studio to do a locomotion show.
If I remember right,
at
I was on
WNMC.
crutches and I
You were
wouldn't
on
let
crutches and you wouldn't let me touch your dobro.
Touch
I remember that. I offered,
Now it's older. I walk on both feet and you can carry my stuff anywhere you want.
yeah, I offered to carry his dobro up the stairs out to the car and said, well, I got it. And he's, crutches and
Yeah, my prize dobro was
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah.
Not this one, the other one.
no drool on it yet or anything.
No drool on it yet. And now it's.
Pretty
I
bald.
took
What
it back
day?
to the guy that made it to have him set it up. He said, "Well, you've been playing it."
Joe's also a teacher, an extraordinary teacher. I've taken a few lessons from Joe over the last couple of years and due for another one for sure. But
Come on up. Come on.
we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, with Steppin' It, you guys are still going? Because I
We
see you're
still go
playing.
at a, not at a real swift pace.
Mm-hmm.
We play when it makes sense for everybody, which is not that often, maybe 10 shows a year or something like that.
Of course, you're all split up now. You used to all be in the Lansing
We are
area, didn't
scattered.
you? Yeah.
Joshua Davis is now a Traverse City guy.
Yeah, we'd like to get Joshua on the
That's
Radio
good.
Motion show too sometime.
Yeah.
And you're going to be doing New Year's Eve here in town
We
too.
are going to play New Year's Eve at the Inside Out Gallery.
So I want to get down there for that. That'll be a great show.
So yeah, a lot of guys still in Lansing. Dominic is now in Nashville, and he hardly ever makes the shows. We have another bass player that fills in for him.
Yeah.
He's doing the Jack White rock star thing.
Right. Yeah, I see him on TV every now and then,
Yeah,
Dominic.
it's getting to be old news. It's like, oh, Letterman again? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
Right.
I'll tape it.
Yeah.
But it's cool stuff for him. And
It is very cool. He's a nice guy
they're
too.
doing really well. Him and Rachel.
Yeah.
his
Rachel
wife,
Davis, who some of you folks may know.
down in Nashville, tearing it up.
So they're there full time.
They are.
And Rachel's performing down there too.
Yep.
Excellent. Now I want to know about your dobro playing. When did you start playing dobro? This is one of my big interests now as I've progressed with music, and finally got me a dobro a few years ago. Joe's been giving me a lesson now and then, and I've been wrestling with that thing. You got 8 strings on that one. Mine only has 6.
I do. So I have an 8-string and a 6-string. I got into playing steel guitar
Yeah.
after I got into playing dobro, which is kind of just an electric version, but a typical, like a big Western swing steel guitar would have 8 strings. Or I have a double neck that has 2 8-string necks for different tunings. So this was a dobro that I had custom made with 8 strings so that I could do steel guitar tunings on an acoustic instrument.
I see.
So
It does have that sound to it, for sure.
yeah, it's a 6-chord instead of a regular major chord. A normal dobro would have a major chord, and this adds the 2 extra strings are
Oh, it has a 6?
E's, which is the 6th of the chord. So you get
Ah,
sounds a little more Hawaiian, a
Yeah.
little more swingy,
yeah. Yeah, it does. Almost angelic, too.
almost.
Almost.
If I do it like this, it is
Yes, there we go.
like that, but better.
Right, almost like a harp. Why'd you play dobro?
Well,
Were you a guitar player first? You must have been.
yeah,
Most
I
guys
was a
are.
guitar player first, and I lived in Houghton,
Oh yeah, up
and
there.
I was
you
a
hold
pretty
them?
good guitarist for Houghton.
Well, you
I
still
hung
are.
in there pretty well.
You're a little modest there, but go ahead.
Well, I appreciate that. So I moved to Lansing from Houghton and noticed a lot of really good guitar players around. And I got into listening to some bluegrass. I was just starting to hang out with the Steppin' In It guys. I moved down there to be around my brother,
Right.
who was down there and founding member of Steppin' In It. And they were listening to some bluegrass, so I started listening to some bluegrass. And I really liked the sound of the dobro. I thought it was really cool, and I didn't know anybody that was doing it. And I started working at Elderly Instruments, and then I started buying dobros and steel guitars. And that, I found that it was just nice to do something other than be one of
A zillion guitar
a
players.
zillion guitar players.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly glad you took that up, as there are a lot of people. You are one of the finest dobro players around, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Anywhere, not Traverse City, anywhere. So that's just not my only opinion. That's many around too that know what's going on. Would you play us another tune, Joe? Why don't you introduce this song and
What are we going to do? Navajo Trail?
Sure.
Nice to meet you, Navajo Trail.
yeah. Now show the people what I've been talking about and don't mess up, all right?
We're going to do one. See, we've learned this kind of from different versions. You got the Bob Wills version?
I
Is that
think
what-
so, yeah.
What you were attached to? And there was a really nice version of this by
More recent
I
version, but really
forget the other
clean.
guy. It was Whit Smith was one of them. Whit Smith is the guitarist for the Hot Club of Cowtown. They're coming to town
Yeah, I see that.
in April. They're going to be at the Opera House. Should go to that. I should go to that.
We should all go to that,
Those
right?
guys are great.
There we go.
Yeah.
They're They're wonderful.
Why don't we all go
But
and
he
wear the
has
same
a duet,
thing?
a two guitarist album. And what's the other guy's name? I forget. Matt Minnesota.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Famous
Those last
guitarist.
names.
Yes, very famous.
And they did a version of this along the Navajo Trail, which is kind of this. We're not afraid of corny at all. And this has a kind of
This sort of exemplifies that lack of
Kind
fear.
of cracks us up. This kind of sort of cowboy song.
Sort of cowboy song, kind of sort of
Sorta.
cowboy
It's
song.
corny.
Yeah, those are my favorite. We're kind of sort of cowboys. We all dress like cowboys
Along the
sometimes.
Navajo Trail.
Hot Biscuits, ladies and gentlemen, Hot Biscuits.
Well, every day, long about evening, when the sunlight's beginning to fade, I ride in the slumbering shadows along the Navajo Trail. And when it's twilight and the crickets are calling and the coyotes are making a wail, I dream by a smoldering fire along the Navajo Trail. I love to lay and listen to the music while the wind is strumming a sagebrush guitar, while over yonder hill the moon is climbing. It always finds me wishing on a star. Well, what do you know? It's the morning already, as the dawning so silvery pale. It's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. I love to lay and listen to the music while the wind is strumming a sagebrush guitar, while over yonder hill the moon is climbing. It always finds me wishing on a star. Oh, what do you know? It's the morning already, and the dawning so silvery pale. It's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail.
Wow. Beautiful. I love that. I love those Western tunes. You guys have got that down. You gentlemen are a good representation of the music scene in Traverse City. And I'm trying to be serious now. Jonah, don't look at me like that.
I'll look over this way.
But it just blows me away the way folks from different bands get together and form other projects and still maintain a lot of times the original projects they were in to begin with in the first place, like Steppin' in It and like, what is it? What are we called again? The bluegrass what? The old Sour Mash Band?
Yeah, the old Sour Mash
The old
Band,
Sour
yeah.
Mash Band.
We'll go with that.
And we'll
guys
go
that
with
used
We
that.
got the true falsettos, and we
Yeah,
got
the true
the
falsettos.
Benzie Playboys. Basically, we play nice.
You do. You guys are really good musicians. There are a lot of good musicians in town. You are among the finest in town, that is for sure. And it's just very cool to see you guys get together and start this project. I think, Jonah, you told me about this to begin with. You came down and played with the True Falsettos down at the Inside Out Gallery one night
Yeah.
when I was down there. I think it
We
was
were
the
just
first
putting
time.
it together.
Yeah.
I just found that there was a possibility of a trio gig availability at Martha's, and called up Joe and said, all right,
And we're
so
already a band.
Yeah.
We can do that.
can we do this? We can do this. All right,
Sure
we
can.
can do it.
And they
And-
can. Your fiddle playing, you've been playing music since you were 4 years old.
Yeah.
That makes
Been
a
doing this
difference.
a while.
Yeah. And it
He wasn't
definitely
that
shows.
good when he was 4.
Oh, he was
my,
fi-
no.
5. He was all right when he was 5.
When he was
4
5, yeah.
4, he sucked. When he was
4
5,
was
he
a rough
It
year.
was brutal for the parents, really.
but-
Yeah.
Right.
I can't believe, I have one violin student, and I don't know how his folks put up with that
The
kind of
practicing?
racket.
They make mutes for fiddles, at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a tough instrument.
Oh, I have no
start
idea
out
how
in.
my parents did it. And
Yeah, I have
kept
one.
supporting that kind of racket.
Yeah. It is a crazy. There's no frets on any of these instruments either. You got markings on the dobro, but you got to know where you're going. Those are not frets, are they, Joe?
They are
Well,
frets,
technically
but he's
they
just got
are
a really
frets.
Oh, they're
bad
raised up?
setup.
Don't actually, yeah. don't
Mine's just
actually
got a
use
s-
them.
yeah.
You just look at them.
Mine's just got a silk screen. It's just got paint for frets.
That works too. It's just as
Doesn't
good.
matter,
I don't know
does it?
why they put frets on these.
Yeah, it
things.
seems like an awful lot of expense going in there for something you never use. But they never
Yeah.
wear out either, correct? You never have to get it refretted?
No.
Oh, good.
Unlike the grease pencil marks on the bass, which, as you can see,
Right.
do eventually wear
Who
off.
knows? We play
Need to
some
be
stuff in some
reapplied.
odd keys. You know,
Yes,
if
I
we
noticed
play
that.
something in D flat or something like that, and it's like somebody better darn well state what that D flat is when we start the song and
Yeah,
give
we-
us all, because we're all using our ears. And if somebody doesn't play a strong D flat, then we're all swimming.
We can go anywhere, yeah.
Well, what's the difference between D flat and C sharp?
Well, here's D flat,
Attitude.
Oh, attitude. Okay, that's why I
and
just.
here's C sharp.
So all you musicians watching, that's the attitude. D flat, just like A flat and G sharp or something like that.
Yeah, it's the
Same thing. Okay.
They didn't used to be the same, though.
Normally,
It's confusing.
I don't think you'd write anything in C sharp
Oh, you don't.
because the key of C sharp would have a B sharp in it, which would be pretty weird.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
and you'd have 8 sharps or whatever.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
So you'd call
Oh,
it D
you'd-
flat and only
call
have
it-
You'd
5
have
flats.
6 sharps, but
It's pretty sharp, eh? Like sharp dressed
You don't
man.
want any B sharps.
No B sharps?
no.
If you, I mean, you can do it, but why
Okay.
would
It
you?
gets odd quickly.
Boy, you got me confused right now, so I'm going to stop this nonsense.
We were just
Music
about to get to
theory.
the math, too.
We're going to music
Yeah.
theory right now. Now, where are you guys playing next?
We're gonna
Getting
pick up
started?
again at Martha's, I think.
I think so,
once
in the
it warms
spring,
up. She
once-
closes down for the winter, and we were playing outside there, so I think we need to wait until
We're going to wait till we
Yeah.
can do
until
that
it's
again.
warm enough to play
Yeah.
outside.
It's hard to play with
there.
mittens on.
But I
Yeah.
think it sounded like
It's already
the
hard enough
plan
to
was
find a D flat.
Yeah.
Mittens on, it's
Put on
worse.
mittens. So you'll be back at it. Plus, you all got these
Back-
other
back to
projects
Martha's.
going on too to keep you busy.
Yeah.
And how's the guitar shop going there? All right.
Oh, it's doing pretty well. I get a selection of classic
I
instruments.
I won't embarrass you. I won't embarrass you. But anyway, I would not trust my guitar to anyone else but Jonah. Okay.
I
And he's
appreciate
taking very
that.
good care of it.
Not me.
And he lets
Kevin.
me visit it every now and then.
Well,
so.
you wouldn't trust your guitar to him either.
No, I
No.
Apparently.
That was a wise choice, young man.
Yeah.
Can you play us one more tune before
I think we can.
we bid farewell?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would like to say before we do this, it's been a fun show.
It has been.
It is good to have some folks on here that can really play number one. And again, I got to commend you on the way you guys dressed up for the show.
Well, thanks so much for having us,
Yeah.
Sandy.
Yeah.
It's always a
appreciate
pleasure, man.
being out here.
All right.
I got a little scared in the middle, but I think it's going to be okay now.
So I'd be all right.
We're on the
okay
home
now.
In
stretch.
the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do we want to pick it up or do we want to slow it down?
Well, it depends. What songs are we talking about?
Well, that's what I'm trying to divine here.
This goes on, folks. It's like being in the huddle at the NFL. They're discussing
Yeah.
plays right now.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
we
see
just
that
did
guy?
kind of a slow one. Let's pick it up.
Yep.
All right.
Do a ripper.
What should it be then?
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Our set
Oh,
list.
He's got an iPad. Music stands are obsolete now, right?
No.
They're just different.
Okay. You guys can see the print
You
on
just
there?
have to charge them now.
You gotta charge.
you just got to charge your music stand.
I get you.
What'd you say?
She's have to go.
Let's give it a shot.
She ready?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
Yeah.
Right now.
If it doesn't work, you can do it over again.
And no matter what happens here, we'll just keep saying that it was the first try.
Right.
There we go.
They won't know.
They won't know.
No, they won't have no idea.
This is a Lie I Love It tune we've been messing around with.
Cool. Did he write this one too?
I think so.
Probably.
I think he did, yeah. He writes most of his
Most-
material.
Unless it's something like
Unless he
Stand
he
by
makes
your
a
man or-
yeah, unless he makes a point of making a
his
point
covers
that
are
it's
usually
not his.
pretty,
Yeah.
pretty obviously not his.
What's the name of this tune? You already
She's
said it,
hot
didn't
to
you?
go.
She's hot to go? That's what she said. She's hot to go.
What key is this one in?
It's an A.
That's what I figured.
Oh, I thought you let me choose the key. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
A.
Just choose A.
One, two, 3, 4. Not to find a man good loving, it ain't an easy thing to do. You gotta know just what you're looking for and where to find it too. She's hot to go, she's ready. She's hot to go right now. She's hot to go, you got to know that. Stop and do it, gal. We don't have no lengthy shopping. We don't have to stand in line. We don't have to care who sees your hair. You don't have to waste your time. She's hot to go, she's ready. She's hot to go right now. She's hot to go, you got to know that. Stop and do it, gal. Well, you can stop by in the morning. You can stop by at night. You can stop by if you're ugly friend or if you look alright. She's hot to go, she's ready. She's hot to go right now. She's hot to go, you got to know that. Stop and do it, gal. From behind her, she looked so fine to me. But when I stepped around her, man, my eyes could plainly see she was ugly from the front. She was ugly from the front. She was ugly from the front. I said, ugh, 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 ugh. And I could handle it behind her, and I liked it on the side. But don't make me step around her, man. She's ugly, 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 ugly. She was ugly from the front. She was ugly from the front. She was ugly from the front. I said, this girl, so ugly.
Jonah, you ugly too.
What? Oh, she's hot to go, she's ready. She's hot to go right now. She's hot to go, you got to know that. Stop and do it, gal.
How ugly was she? Could she make a train take a dirt road or anything like that?
So ugly.
Oh, man. From what I understand, she was nearly as ugly as myself.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Hot Biscuits, thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank
really
you, Sandy.
appreciate it. And thank you folks for watching. This has been Radio Motion. Director and producer Michael Toms and technical expert Bob Chauvin. I want to thank both of you guys and Eric Hines, my boss at WNMC 90.7 FM in Traverse City, Michigan. Tune into the radio and get out there and see all this great local music we have here in Traverse City, Michigan. This is Sandy Blumenfeld wishing you a good evening. Thank you.
Bye.